So let's do an extra little review, bonus review for you guys. These questions look just like the test. So let's start, keep our equation balanced by putting a line down the equal sign. And we will begin by starting with joining together the variables. These y's are on different sides. So to bring them together, I'm just going to add 8y here and add 8y on this side as well. What do we get when we simplify that? Well, these are gone. We're left with negative 36 over here. And we still bring down the negative 18. And how many y's do we have now? Looks like we have 19 y's. Okay, now to get rid of the 18, we're going to add 18 to both sides. And don't be afraid to use your calculators to take care of this. There's no shame in it. These will cancel. We're left with 19y. And on the right side, it looks like negative 18. Now, this is 19 multiplied by y. So we are going to divide by 19, and that will cancel. We also have to divide by 19 on this side, leaving us with y equals negative 18 divided by 19. Sorry, my writing got ugly there because I ran out of space. All right, this is a problem we see all the time, and you guys hate this fraction. I have taught you there's a very easy way to get rid of that fraction. All we have to do is, let's get control here, sorry. Take whatever is in the denominator, which in this case is a 5, and we're going to just multiply the whole thing by 5. Every single term, this one, this one, this one, and this one, all of them, we're going to multiply by 5. So the 2 multiplied by 5 is 10, plus when we multiply this by 5, the 5's just cancel, leaving us with 3x. And we've got our equal sign. I should draw my line again. All right, continue to multiply everything by 5. Now we've got this. Well, that would be negative 40 multiplied by 5. And then this one, 5x. Okay, now we're going to, let's see what we can do. Get the x's together. I think it's easier if we take those 3x's over here. So that would be negative 3x, negative 3x. And that leaves us with them cancelling. Still got a 10. And we've still got, let's see, that leaves us with 2x over here, doesn't it? When we simplify this. All right, now we want to get the x on its own. So let's get rid of this simply by adding 40. If I add 40 there, got to add 40 here. That simplifies to 50. So now we're going to divide by 2, and we'll get x equals 25. Nice and easy. Okay, number 3. Looks like we have to start by distributing. So multiply the 2 here and here. Let's see what we get. That would be 10y's plus 4. And then we've got plus y, which we're going to bring down to our equal sign line. And then let's distribute again here. So that's 4 times y minus 12. Okay, we can actually simplify here. We've got these two on the same side of the equal sign. So let's just simplify and add them together. And that's going to leave us with this. Now we want to get the y's together. It's easier to bring these y's over here. So let's subtract 4y, and we are left with, let's see, that's 7y plus 4. These cancel, and we're left with negative 12. We have to get rid of that 4 first before we deal with the 7. So minus 4, and that's 7y, because these cancel, equals negative 16. And then, because we've got that 7, we divide by 7 and divide by 7. And that gives us, I ran out of room, but that's negative 16 divided by 7. Okay, number 4. Let's see, where's it gone? There it is. Same thing. We have a 3 in the denominator here and here. So let's just take every single term and multiply by 3. Now, when we multiply this by 3, look at how they cancel, leaving us with 2x minus. Now we're going to multiply the negative 12. That's just minus 36. And then this times 3, Well, the 3's cancel, leaving us with 4x. And then this times 3 gives us plus 18. Okay, now let's start with the x's. Always go with the variables first. Let's bring those 2 x's over there by subtracting. So they're gone. Minus 2x. What does that do? It leaves us with that on the left, and we're left with these on the right when we simplify. Now let's get rid of that 18. So minus 18. Oh, minus 18. So that is 2x equals, well, that's going to be 54. I should have said negative 54. And then because of this 2, we divide by 2, and we get x equals negative 27. Okay, similar problem. Here we go. Distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 15, 45. Then we bring down that negative 5. Got our equal sign. Draw your line to keep everything straight. Why don't we go ahead and simplify these two? Because 6x's and 9x's, isn't that 15x's? Minus 2, we bring that down. We probably could just simplify these two. So that is 45 minus 5 is 40. So that's plus 40. And now we want to get the x's on one side. So I'm thinking bring that 3x over there simply by subtracting. Now we've got 40 equals because they cancel. And we've got how many? 12x's left. And we've still got that minus 2. Let's get rid of the minus 2 first. So add 2 to both sides. Add 2. And we get 12x is 42. And then finally, when we divide by 12, we get x equals 42. Whoops, 42 divided by 12, which if you put that in your calculator, it gives you 3.5, which is the same as, you can either put 3.5 or you can put 7 over 2 because it's the same. Okay, 5. You guys were really having a hard time with this in class. So I've actually made this quite ugly, and it's not this difficult on the test. I'm actually going to change this because it's much easier on the test. So I'm going to give you a different question here to this. I'm going to change it to solve 3p over 2x equals 8. So ignore that question because this is more like what it looks like on the test. We want to get p on its own. Because it says solve for p, we need to get p on its own. So take a look at this side of the equation. What do we need to get rid of? Well, we've got this denominator that says 2x. So if we simply multiply on the top by 2x, notice how they cancel, but we've got to then come over here and multiply this by 2x. That would leave us with 3p equals 16x. All right, now let's look. We're solving for p. Here's p. We need to get rid of the 3. Well, that's easy. To get rid of the 3, you just divide by 3. Divide this by 3, and they cancel, and we are left with p equals 16x over 3. All right, another one that people had trouble with. Solve for y. In other words, get this y on its own. So we have to get rid of the 2, or negative 2, and we have to get rid of this negative 3x. We've talked about which one we have to get rid of first. We have to start with that 3x. So let's minus 3x, minus 3x. We can't join 8 and 3x together, so we leave them separately. So they cancel. We've still got negative 2y equals 8 minus 3x. Now, in order to solve for y, we've got to divide by the negative 2. So divide by negative 2 and divide both of these by negative 2. And that gives us, you could leave it like this. I think a better way probably, since we've got 2 negatives here, it's probably better to just say that's positive 3/2 x. And then when you divide the 8 by negative 2, you get minus 4. This is probably the best way to write it, if I'm honest. All right, what are we at? 8. Let's see if we can find 8. Where is it? Here we go. 6 more than 3 times a number is. Remember, this is is the same as equals. And they've told us it is 52. How do we do 6 more than a number? Well, 6 more than a number would be plus 6. And what is it 6 more than? It's 6 more than 3 times a number. The number we are defining as x. So 3 times a number would be 3 times x. This is where this equation is 6 more than 3 times a number is 52. That's where everything comes from. Now we've just got to solve it. Should be easy. Let's get rid of the 6 first. That leaves us with, what have we got? 3x, because they cancel, is, yikes, what is that, 44? No, it's 46, isn't it? Like that. And then we just divide by 3, and that is our answer. I think that's as simplified as that number gets. 46 divided by 3. Number 9. Okay, we're getting there. This goes back to those mx plus b problems. Y equals mx plus b. There's always going to be a fixed number, which is the b part, and there's always going to be a changing amount, which is we're going to put for the m over here. In this example, you pay $25 as a fixed amount, so that's our plus 25, and then you pay extra per mile. Now, you might be tempted to put 45x in here. The problem is we've put these in dollars, and this is in cents, so we need to change that to dollars. The way we change 45 cents into dollars is by just calling it, by just calling it 0.45. Okay, and there's my equation that we use. Now, if this person spends or only has $34, then put that total right here. And then if we solve for x, that will give us the number of miles that she can travel. So if we solve this, that's minus 25 and minus 25, and we are left with, what's 34 minus 25? Is that 9, I hope? Equals 0.45x. How do we now solve that? Well, to get rid of that point, oh, no, can't do that. To get rid of that 0.45, we have to divide by 0.45 on both sides. So 9 divided by 0.45, let's see what that gives us. 9 divided by 0.45 equals 20. So it's 20 miles is all she can drive. Okay, I'm going quick because these videos cannot be over a certain length. Here we go. Sean's Comcast bill. This is a similar kind of question. It's another one of those y equals mx plus b. Just find the fixed amount and stick it in here. So they're telling you right here, his bill is $84 a month. So I think that's the fixed amount. And then for each movie he rents, it's another 4.99. So let's put that here. And then they're giving you the total of his bill. This was his bill total, 108.95. If we want to know how many movies he rented, you just solve this equation. So let's start by subtracting 84. And that is going to be 108.95 minus 84 equals 24.95. We've still got the 4.99x, and as we did in the last problem, just divide both of these by 4.99, and let's see what we get. Divided by 4.99, we get x equals 5, so that's the number of movies. Okay, consecutive integers. 3 consecutive numbers. So when we say consecutive, we mean in a row. So if we choose 5, then the next one is 6, then the next one is 7. And we're trying to get that to 219. Clearly, that's way too small. I've just told you, try the guess and check method. Like, how about 45, 46, 47? Let's see what that is. 45 plus 46 plus 47. That gets me 138. That's not enough, so I've got to go even higher. Let's try 50, 51, 52. 50 plus 51 plus 52, still nowhere near high enough. Let's try, I don't know, 62. Let's try that. 62 plus 63 plus 64.